Welcome to my channel MuleSoft Unleash. I hope you enjoyed my last video on Anypoint Code Builder ACB. In today's session, I'll walk you through some of the common setup issues with ACB, how to fix them step by step, and then explore an exciting new feature of MuleSoft Dev Agent, including how it helps us create a MuleSoft application from a simple request. Most of the time, the ACB setup goes smoothly, but occasionally you might run into issues like problems logging into the browser version, workspace not loading properly, MuleSoft Dev Agent not initializing sync, or connectivity errors between Anypoint and ACB. Don't worry, these can be easily resolved by following a few simple steps, which I'll walk you through in this video. So let's dive right in and get your ACB setup running perfectly. First, we will need to uninstall Anypoint Code Builder from our Visual Studio setup. Then with Visual Studio, navigate to Check for Updates section. Unfortunately, even updates are not working for me, so let's quit Visual Studio. In fact, sometimes restart as well doesn't work, which one of the way I used to do for Anypoint Studio. The next step will be to delete all folders related to ACB. I deleted the ACB folder, but we need to also delete few hidden folders. For that, let's open Hidden Files folder in Windows. Open File Explorer, press Windows plus E. Go to the View tab. On Windows 11, click View, Show, Hidden Items. On Windows 10, click the View tab, check the box for hidden items. In Mac, the easiest way is to press this keyboard shortcut. Command plus Shift plus period within VS Code, Extensions folder, delete all files that starts with Salesforce. Reinstall the extensions, go to Extensions, search for Anypoint Extension Pack and click Install. That's it. Your setup issue with both ACB and MuleSoft Dev Agent is now resolved in just a few steps. Exploring the MuleSoft Dev Agent feature. Now that our setup is working perfectly, let's check out one of the most exciting updates, the MuleSoft Dev Agent in action. To begin, I asked the Dev Agent, I want to create a MuleSoft application to connect to Slack and perform various operations. Now, this is a pretty broad request, but the agent still starts working on it right away. We'll dive into a more specific use case in an upcoming video, where I'll show you how to define exact API requests and operations in detail. Dev Agent creates the project automatically. The Dev Agent begins by creating the project skeleton and parameters. For the inputs that I provided to Dev Agent, it suggested the project name as Slack Integration App and the folder path users, StudiTank, desktop. Interestingly, it also tries to use the MuleSoft MCP tool through Agentforce. Since I didn't want the project on my desktop, I simply asked it to create it in my MuleSoft folder instead. We have two modes, Act and Plan. I needed to resume the task and approve the folder change, so I simply confirmed my request. With that, the Dev Agent continued creating the Mule application. What the Dev Agent generates, here's what the Dev Agent automatically created for us. A main Mule file, Slack Integration App XML, which includes an HTTP listener and multiple choice conditions to either start a new Slack channel or send a message. A global XML file containing configurations for the listener, HTTP requester, and Slack connection details. A config properties file holding the project level properties. A POM XML file for Maven dependencies. And finally, it adds the project to the current workspace. Fixing compatibility issues. Once added, I checked the runtime version and Java version for the project. The runtime wasn't set yet, so I selected Mule 4, 16 and Java 17. But here's something interesting. Neither of the Slack connectors that appeared were compatible with Java 17. So, I switched to Java 11 and that solved the compatibility issue. Viewing the visual flow in ACB. One of the coolest features in ACB is the visual flow view, where you can actually see the flow that the dev agent just created. The first choice condition checks for a channel name parameter, so you can easily modify or create a new one. The second choice condition lets you handle incoming requests and route messages to specific channel members. Pretty amazing, right? So that's it for today's session. We fixed our ACB and dev agent setup issues, explored how the MuleSoft Dev Agent builds a complete project from a simple request, and even tackled a few compatibility challenges along the way. If you found this walkthrough helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to MuleSoft Unleash for more deep dives into ACB, dev agents, and agentic automation in MuleSoft. And don't forget, drop a comment below if there's a specific use case you'd like me to cover next. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.